When someone asks me about Red Dead Online, this is how I feel.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
It's upsetting, annoying, and it is what it is. Taking this beautiful game in this beautiful world and screwing it up to a point that's just a buggy mess that Rockstar just wants to wipe their hands of. It's sad to think that it's been almost 2 years since the last major Red Dead Online DLC.
Capitale, capitale, capitale.
In today's video, I want to talk about the top 10 things that are in the Red Dead Online game files that Rockstar has not given us. It's pretty clear that Rockstar's initial development plans for Red Dead Online were not meant to end up like this. Well, we may or may not get new content for Red Dead Online in 2023. Maybe some of these things will make it into Red Dead Online or the next Red Dead game. I know that a number of folks are holding out hope for 2023 that it will bring content for Red Dead Online. Well, huff on that hopium. Just about all these are available now in Red M servers like the Dakota River Bend, but not everyone's going to have access to that, nor is everyone going to want to roleplay. It definitely gets a little awkward being like, howdy, how you doing there, sir? If we don't get these features in Red Dead Online, maybe we'll get them in the next Red Dead game. What do you think? If they actually make another Red Dead game, which I hope they certainly do, I couldn't imagine they would be that stupid not to. The game has sold over 50 million copies so far. But either way, here's our top 10 list of things that are in the Red Dead Online game files that we still have not gotten. Within early versions of the game files were a number of properties that were sold for a certain amount of gold each. It would have been amazing in Red Dead Online to be able to buy properties with a high level of customization. What we actually got were camps and the moonshine shacks. And to be honest, I find the theme system for the camp and the moonshine shack pretty boring, although detailed, versus the ability to customize and move objects where you see fit. The Dakota River Bend Red M server has an insane property and camp system. It's a shame we didn't get that in Red Dead Online. The next one was livestock herding. We have some multiplayer stat tracking data for how many livestock were successfully herded. Whether it would have been role related or a free roam event or something, it would have been amazing to graze livestock for profit, or set up your own ranch online. It would have been cool, that's for sure. Another thing DRB does well. The next one was having multiple followers. And when I say follower, Crips is defined as a follower, with evidence of different follower tents in the files. From different pieces of code to different follower tents. It would have made your camp a whole lot more vibrant if it wasn't just you and some old dude living in the woods together, and likely would have resembled something a little closer to the camp and story mode with more followers. The next one was horse fencing. No, that's not horses fighting with swords, but being able to get wild horses and sell them. There are a number of lines of code that indicate various locations for horse fences. That would have been great to be able to do something with all those wild horses in game. There's different pieces of code with horse fence locations located all around in different places than they were located in story mode. Forged documents have something to do with it as well. We know from the intro of Red Dead Online with Clay, this was going to be a plan to be able to sell stolen horses. Clay and Clive have been waiting a long time to set up shop, right? The next one is unreleased items. From an unreleased camp theme to lots of unreleased props and items, as well as different color variations of clothing that we haven't seen. We haven't really gotten any new items since Halloween Pass number 2 in 2021. It would be pretty great to get something to spend our gold on, that's for sure. The next one is unreleased free roam mission givers. Tilly was meant to be someone you could get free roam missions from, as well as a Braithwaite and a Bronte. On top of that, Seth Briers from Red Dead Redemption had a multiplayer model that was never used. It would have been cool to do some grave robbing missions for Seth. The next one is legendary fish and legendary birds. Well, at least one rare fish and one rare bird. Additionally, Gus has some voice lines for hunting missions. These would have been welcome features in addition to the naturalist role, which felt a little bare. The next one is over 20 unreleased ability cards. A couple of them actually have art within the files, but not all of them by any means. It's cool to see one called Cannoneer. Does that mean we got to use cannons? Ability cards can make a big difference on how the game feels, so it would have been really cool to have a lot more. The next one is an additional horse breed and a coat that we don't have for the American paint. You may remember the Tursk from Red Dead Redemption 1. It did not make an appearance in Red Dead Redemption 2, but there are evidence of it in the files in Red Dead Online. It's been over 2 years since we've gotten any new horses in Red Dead Online. It would be really nice, but it's pretty unlikely. The final one is a law role. So we know Rockstar said in interviews they wanted to have like a law type role with Red Dead Online, and it never really happened. Within the voice files of Red Dead Online, there's a number of lines from Crips indicating that you're wearing a law outfit and a sheriff's hat. This would be amazing. One could dream for the future. Of course, these are all my theories based on what we found in the files, and who knows what the future will bring. If you have made it this far, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, drop it a like. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. And if you want to support the channel and get some perks like custom emojis, you can become a channel member by clicking that join button. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.